Quack, 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 quack. No!
Hell was that?
Every show, I mute myself. Every time I do that. It's a good day once again. How you doing, Spaz?
I'm doing numero uno.
That is right. I mean, it was
There's
inevitable.
a new number one.
It was inevitable if things went the way they did yesterday. And obviously, Georgia went into Texas and pretty much,
beat the piss out of them.
Pretty much. I mean, you know, you can say, oh, it was a 2-score game. It was 30-15, but they pretty much were in control of that game, like start to finish. For at least a week. Be positive, David. Be positive. Come on. This is the first time Oregon's been ranked number 1 in the AP since 2012.
Yep.
I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but hey, we're going to run with it for a while, as long as we can.
That's right.
And so there was a mix-up the other night with the post game and some weird StreamYard stuff. The show got deleted. So we're just kind of going back over a little bit and kind of talk about this. I don't want to say historic spot, but talk about the ascension of what Lanning is doing with the program, because they haven't been in this position in quite a while.
Only the second time in history.
Well, the first time in 12 years, and even that was only lived for 2 weeks, I think, in 2012.
Yeah.
It was a short-lived one, as usual. So I don't know if this is a curse or a good thing, but with what we saw with following the Ohio State game with a short week and then traveling to Purdue, I feel pretty good. I have to feel pretty confident.
Yeah, I'm pretty confident. I think we're going to be just fine.
Plus, sorry about that.
At least for a couple of weeks.
Well, seeing some of these other teams now play, I'm feeling a lot more confident, though, because, I mean, you have, you have, like the Purdue game, you have multiple players out. Ferguson, apparently, what was it, his appendix? They said an illness, but then he got his appendix out. So he's probably going to be out for a couple of weeks just to make sure he's 100% good to go. You didn't have Holden, obviously. You still didn't have Birch on the defense. And they pitched their first road shutout in
30
years.
What,
32 years?
Yeah.
I mean, it's so I felt pretty good. That made me feel a lot better. That's why I think I fell asleep too, is because I was just in that lull of that second quarter to beginning of fourth quarter where nothing was really happening. But you never were stressed at any point in that game about losing it.
No, that game was pretty solid all the way around. Offense, defense, special teams. We pretty much controlled them. They ran the ball a little bit on us, which is a little concerning, but I mean, that's to be expected because you really didn't know what you were getting from Purdue because they had a freshman quarterback that was only making his second start ever, and you just didn't know. You knew they didn't have much in the passing game as far as receivers, so that's, hit or miss. You just never know. But they ran the ball, but that was about it because we controlled it in between the 20s. They didn't get across midfield much.
They missed a field goal, a 36-yard. They missed it, so they were almost didn't complete the shutout. But I was a little bit nervous because of them putting up 49 points, 40 points on Purdue or on Illinois in the fourth quarter last week. So I wasn't sure what we were going to get, but and their quarterback Brown, I think he's got potential. They just ran into a buzzsaw, and while Oregon did give up yards, exactly, they clamped down when they needed to.
Yeah.
I mean, there was that great play by Brown, Purdue's quarterback, where they literally should have sacked him like for a 10-yard loss and spun out of it. Now, he didn't complete the pass or anything or gain much yards or anything, but I mean, it should have been like a 10-yard sack. And he spun out of it. And I was like, uh-oh, that's the stuff we didn't want to see.
Yeah.
So Purdue did put up yards, but at the end of the day, it was like they did what they needed to do defensively.
Yeah, and it'd be nice next week. Holden should be back next week. He was on the sideline in uniform, pads, everything. And I think it was like Dan Lanning had said, it was just an internal suspension. Unless we absolutely need you, you will not play this week, but you will be out there supporting your teammates, and that's what he did.
Oh yeah, I mean, it was immediately there was going to be at least a 1 to 2 game suspension. Yeah, and that was just an immediate. That was obvious. So whether he plays against Illinois this week or not, do we need him? Probably not. But
you don't have Fergie. You don't have.
It's true, but we could have Ferguson back because they said he could come back. But I'm going to say that they're going to probably hold him out just to make sure he's 100%. Don't risk any potential little injury kind of thing. Same with Birch, like keep him out until let him heal up, make sure he's 100%. And the recruiting thing. This is a recruiting. I mean, we didn't even do this, and actually, I should have kind of screwed up the other day on after the Ohio State one because there was a lot of big name recruits on campus for the Ohio State game, and I'm sure that just winning didn't necessarily mean we're going to start getting those recruits, but it does. That environment helps.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like
we'll probably have a couple more recruits in for the Illinois game. Wouldn't surprise me. I think we're pretty good at getting name over might definitely might flip. Jakeem Stewart seems like he is all in. And don't forget the kid at Kansas State, the tight end. We're still working on him.
Yeah, they're pushing potentially to get him to go over. Yeah, I mean, and Oford we're in the hunt for, if anything. I mean, obviously he's an Ohio State commit right now, but doesn't mean anything. Same with Noah there. Then they're working on Caleb Burns, who's committed to
Ely committed.
Yeah.
Talona Ely committed after the game. So we're going to see. I think you're going to see more guys coming in. So
yeah, people can shut down their recruitment. That's fine. We never know what's going to happen in the next couple months. That's the one good thing Lanning does do. He keeps up with these commits and he keeps in touch with them. Like he keeps that connection with them. So if something goes wrong or something falls through later on, they come running back, or whatever. He can check on them. But yeah, that was the Ohio State game. So you definitely, and that's not all the people that were there. I'm sure there were many more, but that's it. You got to use this momentum now to keep building and potentially steal a couple, like an Oford from Ohio State. You never have enough depth at the defensive back.
No.
Speaking of defensive back, the secondary in this game, I thought, shut Purdue down pretty well. I mean, Purdue does not have the greatest wide receiving core, but they've got talent there still. obviously their coach is in a tough situation now, calling the plays after he fired, Graham Harrell.
Yeah.
Yeah. And now at the end of this game, they put in the Purdue game. They put in Novosad, correct?
Yes.
And someone brought it up the next day or later on, is that it seems like Dan. So because they did Novosad at the UCLA game, and we thought, okay, that's because it's getting chippy. They don't want to put more in because against his old team, which makes sense too. But now it seems like they're flip flopping guys so that they can maintain red shirts.
Yeah.
Kind of strategically,
I think you're going to see Dante redshirted. So that's pretty much a given. I don't think they want to burn.
Well, and that's pretty smart. When you have enough depth on your thing, you can then put in Moga even.
Yep.
At one game and keep a red shirt for all of them, if possible. Whether they stay or leave Oregon, they maintain red shirt. So you've also then helping the player.
Yeah. Puff Dutch says very well. Decorian Moore has just been lighting up the Texas skyline down there. Just he's averaging like, I believe, 3 touchdowns a game. Just insane numbers.
Thinking of Texas, I thought we've always given the shit for Pac-12 refs. Now we've been giving the Big Ten refs shit for it. The 3 no touchdown calls for Oregon on Friday night for three back-to-back plays where they kept saying nope, nope, nope. Was the SEC was absolutely awful last night. They were literally trying to give Texas that game.
Yeah.
Water bottle game. Yeah, what the hell was that? I don't care if you didn't like the PI call. I'm sorry. You called it. You did it. Then they started throwing trash everywhere. And props to Sark and the team to go over and go, we have stop. Because that could have been a penalty on Texas alone. Probably should have been. But how do you pick up the flag all of a sudden?
Yeah. How about Kirby Smart calling out ESPN at the end of the game? And the refs.
Yeah. The 2 targeting penalties, I was like, what is happening? This is the most absurd targeting penalties too, and they were back to back, like on Georgia in the 4th quarter. I'm like, okay, you are literally giving Texas this game, and Texas is still not winning. Like, you are trying.
Yeah, they were trying. They were definitely trying.
So props to Georgia, though. Yeah, exactly. The reverse a non-reviewable call. And everyone said, I know some people said they got together during the whole ordeal and were like, yeah, never mind, we're gonna pick it up. But I'm like, so the fans basically pressured you to pick up the flag.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Yeah, so I'm looking over the stats, and we pretty much dominated the game all the way around.
Oh yeah, I mean we gave up some yards, the rushing especially. I mean, you only gave up 93 passing yards.
Yeah,
that's pretty good. I mean, and that guy had some good throws. Brown had some good throws in that game. I'll give him credit there. That's why I was like, I think it's not that he doesn't have talent or potential. He's just new to the position or being the starter, and then going against Oregon is obviously like, ooh,
What's up, Jackson?
Poor Jackson. He's not feeling well tonight or today,
Yeah.
And it hurts to lose to a rival, especially when you dominated the whole game, basically, the 4th quarter.
Yeah, it's a sting for Bama. Where are they going to end up?
Oh yeah. UGA.
Are they going to make? Will Bama make the playoffs? Right now, they're on the outside looking in.
You're on a thin line, a very
They're
thin
at
line.
15th right now.
Ruben, where's my food?
Yeah, where's our nachos, Ruben? I want some fajitas.
Sounds good. I might buy nachos at the concert tonight. Yeah, the reffing this year has been all across the board has been pretty crap in some of these games. Pretty crap. I mean, I don't have any direct. The only real bad call that I still am pissed about is the no call pick for Oregon against Ohio State. That's the one where it stands out the most, where I'm just like, what the hell? But yes.
All right.
Better pack it well.
Jared Curtis and his interest in Oregon. I don't know. I think it would be tough. I mean, it'd be nice, but you've already got a pretty deep quarterback room next year. So if you brought in another,
I was about to say, because they already have a deep quarterback room right now. Now, of course, you might lose one or two potentially, but then you're picking up a couple more next year, and I think they already have one for the next cycle. They've got a deep room right now, and that's if they don't have to get desperate and do a transfer, or pick up a random transfer or something like that just for depth. So I don't know. I don't think we need another quarterback right now.
No, I think we're fine. A guy like Curtis would be great, but I mean, we've already got Akili, we've already got Dante, you've got Novastad, Moga. I mean, you're
Brock, and
deep.
then Brock even. I mean, he's in there. So I mean,
you're 4 or 5 deep. I don't think you really need to go any further than that. Let him go somewhere where he's going to get to play.
That and he's you got to think of the NIL too. Is like, hey, instead of putting it for a quarterback, you might want to do the Harmon thing and get a D lineman.
Well, if he's a 26, then I could. If he's a 26, I could see that.
Yeah, okay. If he's 26, I was gonna say if he's like this next cycle or something, like you don't need that. But if he's 26 or beyond, yeah, then I could see maybe trying to definitely land him. Because again, would we prefer to have an in-house quarterback, including we could call Dante Moore in-house? Yes, he was a transfer, but he originally committed to Oregon. Now he's redshirting or just backup this year, whether he redshirts all the way through or not. That's an in-house quarterback, essentially.
Right.
So we prefer that than having to rely on transfers, obviously, because you never know what you're going to get. Plus, this year, who would there be starting quarterbacks that you would want to get out of the transfer portal? None stick out to me immediately.
Yeah, not really.
Unless someone just goes completely off somewhere this season, no one sticks out where I'm like, yeah, I'd like that guy.
Yeah, I don't see anybody. I mean, Jackson Arnold, maybe.
I don't know
if he leaves Oklahoma, but
even then, I don't know. I don't know. I don't think so. I think we'd rather leave a. Shut up, Tony. I was about to comment on your thing, but shut up, Tony. No, Cam Rising needs to just retire at this point. I think he has so many injuries, he just needs to retire. And no, Oregon is not a blue blood. You're on the precipice. You're on the cusp. But you got to win a title, I think.
Yeah.
And then stay in this range. Then you could be considered. I think you still got to win the title. If you can't win the title, I don't know. Then again, calling Nebraska a blue blow when they haven't done anything in 30 years is ridiculous also. You know. Yeah, well, we all look stupid. Hey, I'm worried about if you were worried about Bo beforehand. I would not look stupid. For all the fans that questioned that call. That's right. That is absolutely right. Yeah.
Yeah, he's going to get a lifetime membership to Utah.
Yeah. I mean, it sucks for that guy because he sat out last year to rehab, came back and already is banged up and injured again and out. And it's like, at some point, you have to just call it quits. You have to for yourself, you know.
Yeah. Well, let's move on to Illinois.
We can do a little Illinois preview there. Oh, and by the way, Spaz, your score predictions suck.
Yeah, I know you won again, you bastard.
Yeah, I said 38-10. You had 55-17 over Purdue. So obviously we were both off a bit, but yeah. I didn't see a shutout coming, so let's put it that way.
No.
I thought they would put up some garbage points, but nope.
No, sure.
Yeah, we can do a little Illinois stuff here. Let me pull up Illinois really quickly. I didn't really have them pulled up for this, but because Illinois, who had to go to overtime to beat Purdue 50-49 a couple weeks ago, then decided to go and make Michigan cry. Yesterday. That was the Michigan meltdown was great.
Michigan had 200 yards passing yesterday.
I saw that and I was like, oh, they're throwing the ball. Oh man. But that's why I say watching some of these teams now, I feel much more confident in the sense of like these teams are not scaring me maybe like they did at the beginning of the season.
Michigan outperformed Illinois the whole game. What killed them was 3 turnovers.
Oh yeah.
I mean, Illinois only had 270 yards of total offense. Oregon does that in a half in their sleep.
That was literally what you consider a Big Ten game. I mean, that was literally what you call a Big Ten game. It was disgusting, basically. Let me see here. Where are we? There we go. Oh God, I have to always adjust everything. Here we go. Is that better?
Yeah, there's just not a lot there.
Whoa. Let me move this over here. That way I can be on the whoa. What the hell? There we go. So yeah, Illinois is not bad. I mean, I will say like this, like completion percentage of quarterback doing pretty good. 15-1 touchdown. That's good. But they just their offense is not explosive.
Yeah, they just don't have a lot there. Their defense is pretty solid. I will say that. But they don't run the ball very well.
Yeah, these running stats are not. They have a bunch of guys, but of course they have their quarterback running too. But they're not running the ball very well.
I mean, granted, they had almost 200 yards running, but that was with 4 guys running the ball, basically.
Yeah, I mean, you see it's pretty split out here. I mean, obviously they have their leader here in Caden. Is it Fegan? I probably butchered that. But he only has 306 yards this season.
Yeah.
That's not when that's your leading rusher. That's not very good. When he has 306 and that's your leading rusher, not very good. But they do spread it out though amongst multiple people. So including the quarterback. So something you have to be worried about too, just like with the Purdue. Are they going to pull out a lot of quarterback run potentially?
Yeah, I think we're gonna fare just fine with Illinois. I think it might be a little rough going the first half, just
Yeah.
because Illinois it is Brent Bielema, and he is known for his defense. Everywhere he's went, he's had solid defenses. So I could see a pretty even first half, and I think Oregon maybe gets a couple of turnovers and pushes the game forward in the second half.
Yeah, I definitely think the first quarter, especially, and I think up to halftime, will be kind of a slugfest, kind of like just feeling it out. It's at home at least, but it'll be kind of feeling that team out. I think the first half will be a little sluggish, but not in a bad way. Just that's just how it'll be. But if you want to look at it, team overall, I mean that per game. Now this average. This average is bloated by that one 50-point game, but let's just round it to averaging 29 points a game. Not bad. I mean, but where is their defense? Damn it. I always have to find it on a different thing. I want to see what the defense was giving up average. I mean, obviously they only have what? Illinois only has one loss. Who did they lose to?
Here, I got it right here.
Yeah, I was like, who did they? Penn State by 14 on the road.
97th in points scored, 36th in points scored against. They averaged 42% on third down efficiency, so that's pretty good.
Yeah, no, I mean, obviously they're a pretty solid team. I mean, the Kansas win doesn't look near as impressive now.
They just don't run the ball. They just do not run the ball.
The Nebraska win, I don't know if that looks even as impressive now when you won by 7 after Indiana just destroyed Nebraska. I saw that score. I refreshed and I saw scores and I was like, what the hell?
They've got 8 interceptions on the year.
That's pretty good.
So their defense isn't too shabby. They don't sack a lot.
No, they don't sack a lot. They have I just had the number and I just forgot what the total.
5, 7, 9, 11.
Like 14
well,
or
they have
15
one guy
like
that's got 5.5 sacks. So they got 18 sacks in 7 games.
Yeah, that's very good. I would think you would think statistically that's pretty good. But the first half will be sluggish just because it'll be feeling out that team, feeling out what they're trying to do, and that's kind of how Will Stein does.
But this is what I am impressed with right here.
Whoa, that is bright.
Yeah. Number 1 in points scored. Do you know who that is this year?
Is it Illinois? Oh, no, number 1 in points scored. Are you talking offense or defensive?
Offense.
Oh, number 1's points scored offense. Ooh. I should probably know this, but off the top of my head. But no, I can't. Who is it?
48.7 points a game. The Indiana Hoosiers.
Yeah, I was like, I know it's not us. So I was like, I should know this.
The number 12th ranked defense, Indiana Hoosiers. They're only averaging 13 points a game to giving up.
You are wrong, Tony. It's not Indiana.
They're 6th in yards per game, 17th in passing, yards per game, and they average 54% on third downs. Indiana is going to surprise people.
Oh yeah, and no one's talking about them. That's the kind
No.
of scary thing, is that no one's really talking, because everyone keeps going, it's going to be Oregon, Ohio State again in the Big Ten title game. At this point, you see how Michigan looks. Again, Illinois. Wisconsin's still on the road, so you still have to deal with Wisconsin. Maryland looks like absolute garbage. And Washington, obviously, it's a rivalry game, so we don't know what's going to happen there. But everyone, is kind of just forgetting Indiana's there, and Indiana gets to play Ohio State and Penn State, if I'm not mistaken. So we're going to see, because I thought yesterday would be the first test, because Indiana hasn't really played anyone super good. Nebraska has been showing good flashes. To just go destroy them like that. Oh, man.
I did hear something about Indiana's quarterback got hurt. I don't know.
Oh, shit. What is his name? I'm blanking on his name now all of a sudden. I literally was just thinking about it earlier.
Rourke.
Yeah, thank you. I was like, damn. One of those days. Yeah, Indiana, though, I'm glad we're not playing Indiana this season.
Yeah.
That was quite a showing yesterday. Because, they still have Washington. Well, they don't play Penn State, my mistake. They have Washington, Michigan State, Michigan, Ohio State, and then Purdue to wrap out the season. So you could be talking about, I think you could be talking about a one-loss Indiana team. Now, that would be a nightmare within the situation or scenarios, because if you go and say Oregon runs the table, then you could have Ohio State 1 loss, Penn State 1 loss, Indiana 1 loss. Weird tiebreaker scenario.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't jinx us, hummus. Don't do it. Let us enjoy our spotlight here for a little bit.
Yeah.
Let's enjoy this.
At least for a couple of weeks, fellers. Well, we got anything else before we wrap it up?
Yeah, we're going to get into Indiana, or now we're talking Indiana. It's Illinois more on Tuesday night, because Spaz is going to go get drunk on Wednesday night and watch basketball or some crap.
Season opener.
So he changes.
I got to be there.
So we got to change the day of the show to Tuesday, and that'll be the Illinois preview and predictions. That one will be a little interesting. Spaz, I'm up on the season, though, score-wise. Even though I gave you by default the MSU one, because I wasn't here to make a prediction. I just gave it to you, and I'm still up by 1.
Do we have anybody we can reach out to for Illinois, or?
Let me look. I will see. I can get on that today. That'll be now Tuesday, so a little shorter week, but we will see what we can do. That's why I didn't want to get too in-depth with it.
We could do Thursday if you find somebody and they, we could.
Jesus, here we go, Spaz. Make a decision. All right. We can set it for Tuesday or Thursday, depending on guests.
Hit your notification button and you'll know when we go.
Yeah, it doesn't matter to me either day. So we will see what we can do. We'll get a guest for Illinois. Any final thoughts, though, Spaz, about Purdue and Oregon's now? I mean, remember, people said, no, Oregon can't handle the Big Ten. Ugh. And yes, it wasn't the most daunting schedule. We said that. It wasn't like the most daunting schedule, but
going in, you're thinking you got to play Ohio State and Michigan. You're thinking, But, yeah. Michigan does not look as blue-blooded as they once did, at least this year.
Michigan doesn't look like anything this year. I don't think Michigan knows what Michigan is this year.
No.
Hey, low blow, Tony. Low blow. Tim hung up on me twice yesterday.
Oh shit.
Oh yeah.
No,
Yeah,
I
that's
don't
right.
know if we want Sunny.
Well, but yeah, but Sunny would be a good one. Let me write down so I remember. I don't know if he has time, but I mean, he is the Illini guy, so that would make sense. Oh, I was. I was trying to be. That was the point. I think he just saw Oregon number and he was like, "Nope." All right.
Yeah,
All right.
we'll get. I'll get him tonight.
Yeah.
I'll give Tim some love tonight.
All right. Well then, everyone, it was a great week. Again, first road shutout in 32 years. Very impressive. That's hard to do. I mean, it's hard to shut out any team at any level.
Yeah,
That's hard to do. I mean, it doesn't matter. It's hard. So yeah, great showing there by the Ducks on a short week on the road. So she have to Ohio State. Illinois is next. And we will be back Tuesday or Wednesday for the Oregon Ducks live show right here on the channel. So be watching for that, depending on guest availability.
And tune in tonight to see who gets sniffed.
Oh my God, the sniffing! What the hell was that? I remember now. I'm remembering it. I'm like, oh yeah, very entertaining. From what was that guy's name?
Pac 12.
Oh yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, that guy was so entertaining. Yes, by the way, though, yeah, make sure tonight I will not be there, but if I get back in time from the concert and everyone's still alive, I might jump on just to see what you guys are talking about. But it'll be Jackson running the show, filling in as I'm on my last Sunday concert. So appreciate shout out to Jackson for helping out as usual.
4-9.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, the Trojans are. Remember they're the ones who wanted to go to the Big Ten. Remember?
Yeah.
Yeah. They might be regretting things. I mean, not like they were doing any better in the Pac-12 though. So, all right, everyone. Make sure to join in tonight with the After Dark, and I might see you guys there later. So, thank you everyone for coming. Make sure you hit the like, share, and subscribes. And we will see you guys Tuesday or Thursday night. So, go Ducks.